let's look a little more at what consensus means. So let's suppose we have these two participants and the network. They're connected in some way. Probably each participant is connected to at least a couple of other participants. And they all want to arrive at and agree on an evolving ledger of transactions. So in the simple state, they all have exactly the same copy. But now let's suppose that one of these participants wants to make a change. They want to add a transaction to the ledger. So they compute what the new ledger would look like locally, and then they send it to their neighbors to suggest and vote for this as the new ledger. Those neighbors will pass it on to their neighbors, and so on. And if there are no conflicting transactions, then it's pretty straightforward. They can agree to their neighbors to the most recent ledger that they got, and everyone arrives at this new ledger. The more interesting case is when two different parties in the system both want to make some change that conflicts with each other. Like any extension to the ledger conflicts with the other one, since it needs to be a linear chain of transactions in these pictures. So those parties that want to change the ledger will send a message to their neighbors. Eventually, some node will detect that there is a conflict, that it has received suggestions from two different places, and that it can't do both of those suggestions. So this node will have to vote in a sense. It'll have to pick one of the two possibilities and tell everyone else what it thinks the next one should be, given that there are multiple suggestions in play. It could be that the other parties have already voted enough that one of these two are going to be elected, or it could be that this is the first party to have to pick between them, and it'll pick based on some metric, something about the red and green transactions that by default means that one of them should be preferred, and then it can vote for that. And the actual mechanisms that are used to pick between these different conflicts are different among different blockchain systems. But it's part of the rules that for things to work well, all the parties are going to follow.